such. Are we fine, people? So now we're gonna move to our next speaker. So our first speaker spoke about funding. Our second speaker spoke to us about creating his own employment after having a degree and an honors. The third speaker has a qualification. During his second qualification, decided to drop out. He's gonna tell us why. We need to fight him, Kansela. Why leave school? What's more important than school? I want to know. So the next speaker is going to be introduced by my learned co-host. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to read the bio of our next speaker. So please kindly listen attentively. Okay. Thapelo Letsie is a public relations practitioner and an entrepreneur. He studied PR at Rosebank College. Thapelo dropped out during his second qualification to pursue a food business, which a year later failed. And through the failures and challenges, he learned and used them as a valuable lesson, which he shares with other entrepreneurs. Thapelo operates as a freelancer, where he gives his best PR strategies to influencers, brand managers, business owners, and students. He also has an entertainment channel. Through this platform, he intends to bring classy vibes to digital world. Through this channel, this is a space where ideas and opinions are expressed in general issues that affect the communities. In July 2022, he hosted a PR project called Power to Youth, which addressed unemployment and bring brand awareness of local and small businesses. In November 2022, he worked with at Mortal Kitchens to host a Plated Saturday, which is a networking diner among entrepreneurs and local game changers. Now let us clap hands for our next speaker as we welcome him on stage.
Is it morning? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As the bio has been read, I'm Thapelo Letsie. I'm a public relations practitioner at Africa Communications and also a campaign manager for Youth to Power. So today, prepared a little bit. As Dinigo said to me, I should come and talk about how businesses can build brands. How businesses can build brands. So this is how I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna differentiate the three because that's what most businesses or business people, when I encounter with them, that's where they find the problem between a business, branding, and a brand. So those are very different things that people just tend to confuse. So a business is a day-to-day thing, like selling, you buy, you sell, you buy what's the cost, you sell, and all that. That's the day-to-day of the business. Then what you have is a branding. Branding is what you call the colors of your business. When I see that brochure, I can see the red, the blue, that's the color. That's the identity of the business. That's the logos of the business. That's what branding is. Then we come to the brand. So the brand is the reputation of the business. The brand is what people perceive when they see your business, when they think of your business. That's what brand is. So today, I'm here in front of you to share the fundamentals on how to build a brand, how to create a great brand for your business. So as I start today, what is a brand? A brand, it is a promise of a certain quality which is represented by a slogan or a sign. That's where the branding part gets into. So it is a brand, it's a promise. So when you think of McDonald's, what do you think of? No, that's a branding. That's a M. It's a logo. So that's branding. You see? So when you think of McDonald's, you think of the value you're going to get. You think of the you know, so what they sell is like a happy feeling. Happy feeling going to McDonald's. So that's the brand, that's the value, that's the quality that they sell, and it's represented by the air. It's represented by rain, it's represented by air. So that is a brand. And also, you could say that a brand, as I said in the first step, is the reputation of the business. It's how the business perceives you. So that is a brand. So a brand is, as I said, a brand is not a logo, a brand is not a slogan. A brand is what people expect from your business. If I engage with you, what will I get from your business? What value will I get? So that is how the brand builds. So one thing that I would like to also share is the characteristics that you need to have when you build a brand, guys. So the first one is when you're building a brand, you need to have, the first thing is self-belief. Self-belief in the business that you're running, self-belief in you before anything else. Do you have the courage? Do you have the adrenaline to do that, guys? You see? The second one is that you need to be comfortable to make mistakes. When you're building a brand, there's a lot of hurdles, there's a lot of challenges that you're going to face. So you have to allow yourself to make mistakes. And the third point is, do not be defined by failure. As you're going to make those mistakes, as you're going to face those hurdles and challenges, let failure not define who you are. And the other point is that put in the work. I'm still in the characteristics, guys, of how you should build a brand, the characteristics that you need to have. And the last point that I'm going to share with you guys is to build a community. So I believe that that's the first important point. You need to build a community, and that community is the one that's going to support you. As we are all here, Tinipo has built a community, and the very same community is the one that supports you. Through building Youth to Power, I've also realized that point, that the point that gave me courage every day to make sure for it that the Youth to Power community does not die, because already it's not run by me. Even though one day I can wake up, okay, let's do another campaign, guys. But I know I'm just the guy from the forefront, but it's not run by me. It's by the people. The people give me strength to be like, no, man, let's do this, guy. Let's do this, let's do this. So that's the power of building a community, because that community is the one that's going to give you drive. It's the same community that's going to support you when you're down. So that's the most important characteristics. And I'd also like to share with you guys, and like guys, yo. I think it was really important that I wrote this, because it is smart things need to work. It's fun. So as businesses, I think these are the questions that you need to ask yourself when you're building a brand. I think most business people who are here, these are the questions that they need to ask themselves when they want to build a strong brand. The first question is, why are you here? As a business, why are you operating? The first speaker also mentioned it, is that what problem are you solving? That's the most important thing for you to build a brand. Why are you here? The second point, who are you here for? I get you are here. Why are you here? Who are you here for? Who is your target market? Who are your products made for? Where are you going? That's the vision of the business. Where are you going? You got the point? Are people here, guys? Yes. Are people here? Yes. Yeah, guys, let's engage. Okay. Let's engage. The third point is where you're going, which is the vision of the business. The fourth point is what are you committed to do? The mission of your business. Why you created the business, the mission of it, where you guys are going as a business, what are you intending to change as a business? And the other point is, how different are you? What's gonna create that competitive advantage? So when you create that competitive advantage, I'm gonna get a little bit deeper on it, but this is one of the questions that you guys need to answer. Why? How different is your product or your services? So as we get deeper into it now, the second, the point that I'm going to enter, or the subheading of the subject that I'm going to talk about now, is how to build a brand. You guys can take out your phones, you can write, because the next time you want to hear this information, it's only charge. It's only charge. So now it's time to get it for free, because the next time, it's of course not. So how you build a brand? This point, I don't like to focus on it too much. I always tell the people I work with, I don't know what this because it focuses on the competition. I don't care what the competition is doing and all that, even though it's important to build your brand, but guys, competition to competition. So we focus on ourselves first, but it's one of the most important things that business people need to focus on when they're building a brand. So the competition is who are the who you are sharing the market with. And the point is, what is their message? That's what I focus on as a public relation practitioner. What's their message? What are they saying to their customers? And what else can we say to our customers? That's what we focus on. So little I would like you guys to write that, is that when you focus on your competitors, I think we're building a brand for customers. And how can we use that into our competitive advantage? The fifth point that I'm going to talk about, and it's under the heading of how to build a brand, is to know your target market. That one I love the most, because it deals with the people that are going to pop out. I like my guys. So if a client, DJ, I run away. I like mine because we invest a lot. The other point in how to build a brand is to know your target market. So when you're focusing on your target market, this is the things that you need to focus on as a business, so that you could understand how you're going to build your brand. Number one is the income of your target market. Because again, you're having a product. So when you have a product, you have to know who are the people who are going to afford this product or this service. So you have to know your, the income of your target market. Number two is their age. You have to understand the age of the people who are buying your product, so that you can market it properly. So, for example, what can you use for example? What's your business? So this guy is totally. So for me, when I engage with him, I would say my target market are the parents, because so I market to parents. Yes, I will come to the kids. The kids, we show them the nice stuff, so that they could go and tell their parents. We show them the nice stuff. If maybe you're giving PCs and all the new gadgets, hey, mama, laptop. So yeah, so then they go and tell their parents. The parents will never tell them, oh, okay, my child is going to get proper education. It's having laptop. It's good. So the age change. You selling it, your product is for kids, but you're marketing it to the parents, because people are going to cope up the market. So that's the point number two under the market segmentation. So the other point is the behavior. How their social class is. What do they do? They go to work. So you check the behaviors of the parents. How they on weekends. What do they do on weekends? they like clubs as parents, which means your kids target market that change, which means those kids but matter 2 years, 3 years, banana crash, then there's grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, which means these are young adults. Yeah, change. So then we check what we call the demography. Where do they live? Are you going to market to people who live in rural areas? Are you going to market for people who live in urban areas? Are there those people living in Shawela? Are those people living in Wetterworks? Are those people living in Sebiso? Those are different types of clients. As you can see, what's this company? The telecommunication, Vox and all that. So what they do, they differentiated their products. They have a product for a certain place. There is fiber reach for people who are living in Mokasi. There's core who are people living in Sante. Those people who afford fiber 950 and all that. Then they do another package for smaller people, for example, 350. So those are different products. It's the same thing, different products for different people, different areas. So that's demography. Then we're going to check product differentiation. As we're building a brand, we're going to focus on product differentiation. What is different about your product? What is different about your services? So when you go out there and market your business, so that should be a competitive advantage. That's the brand building 101. What is different about what you're selling? Right? So the point under it, you have to know your product. If your product is more desirable, it is more advantageous to use, then it's going to be a marketing sensation for you. Because you know what's different from what Umpo is selling and what I'm selling. And you have a right to bash Umpo. We have seen this thing by Letako State where Mega King fights with McDonald's. They always fight. They call McDonald's clowns, but they call themselves kings with a small burger. So that creates a great competitive advantage. We fight amongst each other, and it creates a success in your marketing. So what does this brand differentiation do when you are building a brand? So I have 3 points, and I hope you guys are ready. Know your product. Yeah, that's good. So now the other point I'm going to talk about is what does product differentiation do to your brand. So the difference your brand is providing and what your competitor is doing. So under that point, there are 3 bullets that I want us to focus on. Which is number 1, it's going to create a competitive advantage. It's going to provide you with the advantages we spoke about it. And the other advantage is that it's hard to copy. What you have created is different. So when the competitors see you, when you're advertising, when you're marketing, it's going to be hard to copy because you have studied it properly and you have implemented it properly. So it is hard to mimic. And that's what's going to set you apart from other people's brands, right? The other point is that it protects and it builds a brand. So what it does, it adds value. So what you're providing that is different. It adds value and also it strengthens the customer loyalty. Right. So when we spoke about this customer loyalty, I don't know what example we can do.
Let me ask.
Which one?
What's in a hurry?
Okay. All right. I was asking type of phrases we can use as okay. Mr. So let's just use give the shoe thing. So when you think about give, you think about what? Yeah, shoe shining and all that. So it also created a brand competitor. Even if there's any other brand that will come, example, you will always come to Eve because of what? Number 1, we have grown with it, and it created that customer loyalty. When So that creates the brand value compared to any other polish. So they can stand on their own and sell kiwi more than any other one. Even us, when we've grown up, because of the loyalty our parents had from kiwi, even us today, we go and purchase kiwi. The other point is add more value. So the more you build a brand, guys, the more you gonna charge. The importance of building a brand. The more your brand is strong, the more the price of your product can go up. Because of people know, okay, there's value, there's customer loyalty that no one can mimic. Because if I can mimic what Inigo is doing, why should I go to Inigo to buy a product like a 51 when I can get it at 25? But if his brand is strong, I can go and purchase at 200 brands because his brand is up there. So the requirements of effective brand differentiation, the requirements for you guys to differentiate is that you have to communicate and make sure for it your differences are visible. People can see what is different with your product versus product X. So you're also able to communicate it effectively. So when I stand here and I sell, I make sure that you understand the benefits of the product that I have in my hand versus the other one that I have to make sure you don't think of it. So it has to be communicated effectively and the change or the difference needs to be visible. Another requirement is affordable to get. You must make sure for whatever you are doing, it's affordable to get, right? Then the third point is profitable to produce and sell. Whatever your product and services you are doing is profitable and it's easy to get, right? The other point is that you can have a distinctive comparison with other products, which means that you can smell the product. We know at Kenako Mall there's a different smell. When Kenako shop where they sell luxury things, there's a different smell. It tells you how I know as your color the smell is different. The smell is different. So same with the products, same with the services. They need to be different when it comes to the touch, the smell, the taste, the quality of it. So that's what is required for you to build a brand differentiation or a product differentiation. And the other point that I would like to focus on, and I think it's the most important, is market positioning. Market positioning. It's one of the most important things that I think us as business people, as entrepreneurs need to focus on, is how are we going to position ourselves in the market? Because we don't want to end up being in the market and being part of the noise. Hey, stay soft. Hey, this. All of us here, there's something we're selling. All of us here, there's something that we want to be different about. So when you come and position yourself, or when you want to tap in the market of financial services, so you don't want to be part of that noise. So what you do, you position yourself that with less money you get more value. That's how the other businesses do. Boxer, ShopRite, and what else? Yeah. That's what they do. Boxer, what's the Boxer thing? You cannot beat the Boxer price. So that's how they position themselves. So when you speak about Boxer, we go in to get low prices and all that. The low prices and don't give them shop price. So position is what it's the customer's point of view in the mind. So every time when a customer thinks of Coca-Cola, they think of what? What do you think when you think of Coca-Cola? You think of what? Yeah, it's a cold drink, but you think of the feeling, you think about enjoyment. That's how they position themselves. That when you drink Coca-Cola, you just open up a feeling. There was this campaign they were running, opening a can, and they were like, open a can full of feelings. There was this campaign they ran about it, and that's how they position themselves. They position themselves in a way that each and every time you're going to buy Coca-Cola, you are buying enjoyment. You are not buying the drink, you're not buying Coke, the drink, you're buying the feeling of it. So that's how they position themselves. So a business needs to have a value proposition. That's what we're talking about at Boxer and ShopRite. That's the value proposition. What that means is that from a customer's point of view, a business provides value with less money, but with more offerings. So that's how, as businesses, for us to build brands, we have to ensure that we provide value with our products and services. So the other point is that a brand allows us to create value proposition. When providing value proposition, we focus on quality, luxurious, health. If what your service or product is going to provide healthy living for businesses, healthy living for your audience. I mean, so as a business, when you are building a brand, you have to focus on those things. It's either what you are offering is going to provide quality, is going to provide luxury, is going to provide the health benefits, or it's lower prices. So when you market yourself, when you put yourself out there, this is one of the things that you need to focus on as a business. It should be there in the forefront. Quality at a less price. Quality, lower price, more value. So as a business, when you go out there and market your businesses, this is the things that you have to focus on. So examples of position strategy we have already covered as I've been speaking. Those lower prices always, you can never beat the Boxer price and all that. So the most important thing, as I'm about to close, is why you need to create a brand. As a business that you are doing currently, why is it important for you? Why do you need to have a brand? So the first point is that a brand is a connection between you and your consumers. So what customers need is that they need a guidance, they need a friend, they need someone who is going to resonate with their stories. For example, I'm going to use what can we use next? Let's use part. Let's use part. Part two, they say what? What do they say? Walk your chain. Yeah, they say walk your chain. So that's important of creating a brand. They allow you to come and walk the journey with them. And it's not their journey, it's your journey to success. So they're encouraging you to buy Batu so that you could walk to your success. So that is the importance of having a brand. It allows you to resonate with your customers. Is that some sport? Yeah, let me go buy those guys' shoes because then I want to start a business. Then I want to achieve certain things. So what I do, I go and buy Batu. So that's why us as business people, it is very important to create a brand that's going to resonate with your target audience. You can also create your story. Maybe it could be a story of how you grew up, a story of where you want to go, and create the story into something that someone else can resonate with. Most people, we can hear them about interviews, and most of them, it's the head of PR, it's PR work. Because they always talk about where they come from, their background. They want you as a customer, they want you as a target audience to resonate with them. Oh, I'm telling man, it's fair, man. Go buy the perfume so that then I could smell nice. Give back any influence about through my smell. So that's why you have to create a brand. So I think I've covered the rest, which is the consumers need the brand. You need to familiarize to resonate with the brand and create a story of a successful journey. As I'm closing, guys, thank you for the opportunity that the organization has given us to come and share. As I'm gonna close off with what Jeff Bezos has said, is that a brand is something that they talk about when you are not in the room. So as your business, you need to take control of the stories that people talk about you. Because a brand, I don't think I've shared it when I started. A business can operate without a brand. But at the corner, there's something that they want to speak about. I remember in recent days, we were waiting for three. Then there's this lady that pop and be like, where do they sell the nice waters? And it was a bad lady now because only sports and the difference could be a lot. It could be the time that you're going to wait there. It's the difference in the quality of the oil that they use there, the taste and all that. So now, when you are creating a brand, it gives you an opportunity to have control of what people say about your brand. Rather than operating and when I was word of mouth, you don't know what we say when I open about your brand. But you have the control of what people say in the room about your brand. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thapelo, for sharing such powerful knowledge.